It's another Wednesday night, and you're welcome to the Adults class. And this is myself, the one and only Papa Kwame, and you can call me Mr. Smooth. And today we are bringing you some amazing lessons. Last week we treated something unique, and I had a number of calls from uh, big people, and they were talking to me about finding a way to help people understand how to change bad habits. Today, I'll be doing a continuation of what we started, where we are going to know the person's date of birth and be able to ascertain the person's character. So, I'm saying that you can use the person's date of birth to ascertain the person's character. You can use the person's name and date of birth to ascertain the person's character. We went through the day borns, when you are born on Monday, what it means, when you are born on Tuesday, what it means. We went all the way to Saturday. That was on the first episode. When you go to my YouTube channel, it's the Smooth Adults class, you're going to have those videos there. And then when you go to ATVGH, you're going to have a couple of the videos that we have done so far there as well. Now let's get to it. After talking about the day borns, we also went and then we spoke about those born from January 21 to February 19, from February 20 to March 20, and we went all the way from March 20 to April 20, from April 21 to May 20, from May 21 to June 21, and then we did from June 22 to July 22, and then I think we touched on July 23 to August 22. All these videos are all piled up, probably shortened, on my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth's Adults class. There's a lot of learning that we do here, and I'll continue to say that the Adults class is the most educative adult show in the whole of Africa. And by the time we are done with this class, you would agree with me. Great. So let's look at it. Why is it important to even know the person you want to get married to before you even start the marriage? Why is it important? You need to ask yourself this question. Many people have started relationships. The relationship was so beautiful. Everything seemed to be so nice. And in no time, everything just fizzled out. They complain, misunderstandings, quarrels, broken hearts, and all this stuff. Let me tell you today that there are some people right here on earth that you can never stay with. You need to do a lot of compromises to be able to adjust to stay with a person. And just imagine you marry somebody and you have to make lifetime adjustments to be able to live with a person. That is a very, big work. So you need to know before you start. You need to understand the person you're going to date, the person you're going to move into a relationship with, the person you're going to court, and the person you're going to do traditional marriage, and then the person you're going to enter into ordinance marriage with. And I'm saying that I taught you how you can identify the sexual thing, the sexual drive, sex organ size, and all those things from the face. Those were the first videos we started with last year. And here I am still on it. I'm showing you how you can know the person's character from the person's date of birth. Date of birth, you can know. And I'm saying that it's very important. It is more important to pay and know this than to buy a wedding ring or an engagement ring and marry the wrong person and eventually go and suffer in your relationship. When you do the compatibility test and you are not compatible, you don't even start a relationship. It's just like somebody who is AS and goes to marry another person AS and deliberately says that let's go. You're going to have children with SS and eventually they're going to disturb you. So you should know these things. A couple of people have called me and then all they ask is give me. But you forget that even the chatting I'm doing with you, I use data. And I'm going to take over a day to be able to prepare your document for you, because most times about 50 pages. You get that? So don't expect to get it for free. I will not do it for free because it's too much work. Great. And then also you don't buy my data for me, so why should I send you? Anyway, now it is important to know all the details. Very important to know all the details. Let's get to today's lesson. I've spent about some 8 minutes talking to you. Now let's see it. Anytime you want to change, right? There's a few things. I'm going to be talking about how to change bad habits before I come and continue with what I was initially talking about. In the first place, you can't be saying the same thing, you can't be doing the same things, you can't be experiencing the same things every day and expect your life to change. That is something you should never expect. You can't think the same thought and patterns, perform the same actions over and over again, have the same experiences over and over again, the same emotions, and expect that you're going to have anything different in your life. Nothing different would happen. The same way I am asking this question, you need to ask yourself this question at the end of every day. Ask yourself this question: did my brain change in any way? Did I add anything to my brain today? It's a question you need to ask yourself, whether within that day you added anything to your life. Then ask yourself this thing: I add anything new to my brain today? Did anything change in your brain? And did you add anything new to your brain? Now, if you don't add anything new to your brain, this is what happens. It means that you are having the same environment. You are being influenced by the same circuits in the mind. And then what is going to happen is your brain is going to start behaving equal to the environment that you have in. And as long as you think equal to everything that you are familiar with, everything that you already know, you can't grow. You remain the same. If all you are doing are things that you already know, things you are familiar with, things that you do, if you do this, how are you expecting your life to change? Your life will continue to remain the same. Real change, to really change, you need to think greater and above your environment. It brings some discomfort, like I said last week, but that is what you would have to do. You would have to be able to create an event in the future and be able to see it as happening already. Whatever that you are looking for to achieve, begin to create that thing in your mind and begin to see it like it has already happened. Naturally, it happens, because as the brain thinks, so you are. Now, your personality would actually create your personal reality. And your personal reality is made up of the things you think and how you act and how you feel. That is what makes up your personality. So you need to be very careful of the things that you think about. So if you would want to create a new personality, then you would have to change the thoughts that you have, the thoughts that you are thinking, and the behavior and the habits that you demonstrate. You need to change them. And then also, once you do so, you are able to memorize them, and they become a part of your personal identity. So first of all, you need to create that new personal reality. And that new personal reality is all about your thoughts, the things you think about. You can never create that new personality with the same personality. You can never create a new personal reality with the same personality. You should be someone else. You should change to be able to get that. But if you continue to think the same thoughts and have the same actions, feel the same ways, and your brain is functioning the same, it will bring the same emotions. And these same thought patterns, nothing new comes out of it. And if nothing new comes out of it, you get the same results continuously. So it is no surprise that if you were a woman, you continue to change men, they leave you. If you were a man, you continue to change women and they leave them. It is just because of you didn't learn and you're just keeping the same thing repeating. When you make your brain work in the same way, it is called the mind. And actually, the mind is the brain in action. So, remind yourself every day of who you are so that you can cause your brain to start firing different waves. Because if you're doing the same thing, if your brain is thinking the same things, then you become the same person. You can't change. You can't change your bad habits. Now, these routines that you do, the same things that you do over and over and over again, they become redundant programs and they keep repeating itself. But there's the need to create that new program, that new sequence, that new patterns, that new combinations to bring your mind to work differently. But if you don't have your mind working differently, you see nothing different in your life. And one thing that allows you to be able to do this is knowledge or information. The only time you can change is to learn something or to hear something. Now, when you learn something, you add to your brain. Anytime you learn new things, you create new connections in your brain. And those new connections continue to expand. And then remembering what you have learned is just maintaining or sustaining those brain connections. So when you learn something new, your brain creates new connections to the things that you have learned. And when you are remembering it, your brain just connects back to the things that you learned to make you be able to recall them. Now, every time you have a new thought, you create some new chemicals in your brain that connects itself, which makes the new chemical start creating something that you act. Then this creates a certain new feeling. So it is only when you have created new thoughts that you have the chemicals in your brain producing new things for you to be able to achieve the things you want to achieve. Now, if you have negative thoughts or unhappy thoughts or self-depreciating thoughts, you turn on different circuits in your brain, and these different circuits creates different signals in the brain that makes you feel the way you feel. So I can tell you for a fact that everything is the brain. The way you think is what you become. So focus on it. Everything is the brain. The moment you begin to feel and think and begin to feel new things and no longer do those things that you are doing, it becomes a little difficult for you, because the body knows that you are changing the things. So it becomes difficult for you. But as you continue to create that new state of being, when your mind and body is working together, we call that thoughts. And the feelings will be aligned to this concept. So you need to understand these things, that your thoughts are the language for the brain and your feelings are the language for the body, because your thoughts become what speaks to your brain, and when it's heard, whatever you have said, the feelings that you get from those chemicals that are created in the brain then makes the body behave it. So if you are feeling poor, you are feeling unappreciated, you are feeling unloved, you will create that feeling, and that feeling becomes part of your personal reality. That is the experience that you would have. If you think love, if you think wealth, if you think you are capable of attaining whatever that you want to attain in life, it converts into a feeling, and those feelings then becomes what the body responds to. So the moment you begin to think the way you think and begin to get new things in your head, you begin to feel those new things, then you see changes in your life. Then you see changes in your life. But when the body knows as well as the mind, the things that your body knows as well as the mind is called the habits. The habits is when the body is the mind, or when the body becomes the mind. It is something that you have done over and over and over and over again. So here you have 95% of everything that you are from age 0 all the way to 35. You memorize them, and then they become your behavior. So, a set of emotional reactions, beliefs, and attitudes is what you need to bring this change. That's what you need to bring this change. But the programs in your body don't like it. So here, you have your conscious mind, which is about 5%. You have your subconscious mind, which is about 95% in opposition. And when they are in this opposition, that is when change happens. For good or for worse is the way you think, the way you allow the conscious mind to influence the subconscious mind and plant in what you are looking for. If you are always saying you are poor, you remain poor because the subconscious mind accepts it. If you're always saying you are rich, you become it because the subconscious mind accepts it. So think positively and stop feeling negatively. Think positively and stop feeling negatively. You may want to, sometimes you want to create some new dreams, some new dream boards to create a better future for yourself, but you feel unworthy. So the same way I'm saying that if you sit out here and you say, I'm rich, and then you have it up in your mind that me, I can't be rich, it will happen. What you think is what you become. When the mind is in opposition, that is what happens. But you see, most people would wait for conditions to get so bad before they want to spend or they want to do something about this. Don't wait for conditions to get bad. The hardest part of changing in any way, the hardest part of changing is yourself making time to do it. That conscious effort to keep your mind on something, repeat it, and keep it going. That is when you get change. Now, after having taught you how to deal with bad habits, how to change bad habits, let's get into the next set of people that we'll be talking about. The next set of people we'll be talking about are from August 23 to September 23. August 23, September 23. They are positive traits. They are very modest people. They are very shy people. They are very meticulous, very, very careful. And then they are reliable. They are reliable people. They are very practical and very, very diligent. And then they are intelligent and very analytical. These are their positive traits. Now, Mama can you there? Mama Shas and American, Namaka, Ubi up at us a wadrin. Move on a tofa. Mary Drinan on an oil. Say pedessa na bibi for be boa braboma. More oil day I the oide suya, no oide say. A suya na as a erfa dabobra. Erite na erfa dasasa. Na say etum tea, na etum suya, na ama wadrin osesa from old programs are now wadrin or operate on it. And after that, whatever changes, whatever urgent who be a pedo about Obambian or your homo. Basically, that is what I've said so far. And then the year, when I won 23rd August to 23rd September, Mr. that they are modest, was on some home, or Ferrazi, where you're very, very careful people, and able to depend on them. They are very dependable, they are very practical and diligent. That's what when you should be that where you kiss it to, and I will so. They are very analytical and very intelligent. One negative side, I'm about it. One manyama hawandado. They are very fuzzy and worrying. They are very critical and harsh. Very critical people. They want to criticize things, and then also when they are saying whatever thing that they are saying that is negative, they say it in a very harsh way. They don't say it in a fine way. They'll make you feel bad about what they have said. And then they are perfectionist. Perfectionist then simply means that the person wants everything done perfectly. Now, when you take this to the extreme, it becomes a big problem because no one is perfect, not even you yourself. So if you are around this area, you need to really concentrate on changing your negatives, using the methods that I gave you from the beginning to change these negatives and convert them into positives. Inti, where you be or the where you're perfectionist, or baby or baby and or you pepe. And now, also someone like I said, they are very, very conservative. Yeah, sure, my wape, one wasn't. like I said, they are very practical, they are very uh, perfectionist, or one strength, they are dependable, and they are sincere, and they are very patient. And so even though when you harsh, when you cross them, and they can be very patient, but when you cross them, you get into the other side of it. And then their weaknesses, they are too critical, too critical. And then also they are very restless. And then when you push them too hard, you don't have to push them too hard, because once you push them too hard, they will smash you. They become very, very aggressive, like I said. So on the surface, they are very emotional people, and sometimes this goes deep into them, and then it makes a part of their habit. It makes a part of their habit, and then it makes you feel that they are suppressing their kindness. They are suppressing their kindness. So that is basically how the people born between July 20, August 23, and September 23. We'll go to the next one, because the next set is September 24 to October 23. They are positive traits. We can see them. They are very diplomatic, and they are very urban. They are very romantic and very charming. Normally, or that charm, they are very romantic people. And they are easygoing and very sociable. When you partner, dream, they are very, sociable people. And then very idealistic and very peaceful. Timbia and Wopebia, Asumji, or negative. They are negative traits. Indecisive and changeable. Indecisive and changeable simply means that you can change these people. And then they are unable to make fixed decisions, firm decisions, become committed to it, and go through it to the logical conclusion. And this makes them very, very easily influenced. Inti nipa daman say ohia bibi ana opero ye bibi or the nadwin sido na so obi kamibi atum sasa nadwin. Such people can easily change their minds, and they become very, very flirtatious at times. Flirtatious and self-indulgent. So when I say they are flirtatious, I mean they are that type that would always attract the opposite sex. So if you are in a relationship with somebody who falls within this range, and you see the opposite sex getting too close, kill the jealousy, because that is how that person is. Kill the jealousy. Now, what do they like? They like the finest things in life. All the beautiful things in life they like. They also like sharing. They like friendliness. And then they are also they love gentleness. They love to become gentle. Now, what don't they like? They don't like violence, where people are fighting and that sort of thing. They don't like all those things. They don't like violence. And then also, they don't like injustice. So they will always fight for the right things to be done. They will always fight for the right things to be done. They don't like injustice. They don't like brutish things, like people who are brutes. And all that. Such people don't like them. And then also, they don't like being slaves to fashion. The fashion biba no we na with echi trema bi no mo ye e fashion them e ba no bi echi one want them. They are not that type. Now let's look at them in a glance. They are very charming people. They have very good taste, and they are naturally kind. They are very gentle, and then they love beautiful things. They love harmony. They like music and all those things. They like the things with pleasure. And then also, like I said, they have very critical faculties. So they think deep. Very critical faculties. And they are able to stand for impartiality. They'll just stand up. If they feel that there's something that is going on that is not justice, they would stand against it. They will always fight for the rights of others. And then they are sometimes not tolerant. They like to argue because of their critical minds. They always want to argue. Basically, the Monk were very charming people. Make a charming now. Were very attractive. Like I said, what to attract the opposite sex and power. And then also they like good treats. The BBR backup fine. And then they have they are kind. They are very gentle. They are loving people, and then they are beautiful people, and our pay humor. harmony na bibia sumdwi wo bibia wo bia them na them crofui wo suban otin. And what character in a whole is balance between diplomatic and even tempered. And he said, onye boko pa, then go fu pa. Basically, that is how these people are. So you need to get to have a feel of how they are. I was just checking on my time. You're on Adults Class is on ATV and GNTV every Wednesday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Here we get to learn the things that you think you know but do not know. My name is Papa Kwamina. You can call me Mr. Smooth, the host of this show. Now let me chip in here. Alhaji Maswood, happy birthday to you. Alhaji Maswood of Asalam Down, happy birthday to you. Now let's look at some other area where we can go. People born from October 24 to November 22nd. That range from October 24 to November 22nd. Let's look at their positive traits. One from October 24 to November 22. They are very determined and very forceful. In Crawford Dimension, what the baby swing the door, will be bigger than then. No, I hear. And then also they are very emotional and intuitive. Into wadrin yejuma, even though that emotions, a mobile and all those things, and emotionally they want to do whatever that they have to do. And then they are very powerful and passionate people. Very powerful and passionate people. And then also they are exciting and they have that beautiful magic around them. These people are very, very nice people to be with. Now let's look at the negative sides. The negative sides or their dark sides, they are sometimes very jealous and resentful. So if you are dating somebody who was born between October 24 and November 22 and the person is jealous, don't fight. I am teaching you this so you get to know the person even before you decide to get married. Like I told you, I've put together a presentation on the work that all these groups are supposed to do. Because if you don't do the work that you are supposed to do, you never become happy, you never enjoy the work you are doing, and you most times don't prosper. It's just like you want to be a doctor, but you are being forced to become a lawyer. The two are completely different, and basically that's it. So you need to know these things before you get into a relationship. And like I said, you need to take a paper and a pen and write notes. That's why I do a PowerPoint presentation. Write your notes, take your points, and then we can become interactive afterwards. Great. So they are very compulsive and obsessive. So you can see that once they are in a relationship with you, they don't want to let go. They become jealous, they become obsessive and compulsive. They want to control you. Whether it's a man or a woman, they want to control you. So if you are dating somebody and the person is behaving that way, don't let it bother you. They are very secretive too. They are very, very secretive. So when you are with them, they hold on to their feelings. Now let's look at some of their likes. They like being told the truth. They like finding hidden causes, looking and searching and researching to find things. And then they always like you have to get them involved in whatever that is happening. If you're in a relationship, you have to get the person involved in your life. And then they like work or things that are meaningful to them. When they want to do anything, they want to do something that is meaningful to them. And then they are being persuasive. They can convince you to do whatever that they want. Very persuasive people. Now let's look at their dark sides. Being given only surface data. So when they want information from you, they want you to give them all the details. They don't like you telling them, oh, I'll tell you the rest later. And no, they don't want that. They want all the information. And then they also don't want being taken advantage on. Yeah, they do not allow you to take advantage or on them. And then they also don't like demanding jobs. They don't like demanding jobs. And then they also don't like to be in shallow relationships. And when they are in a relationship, they will not want the person to be flirting. Now, and then you be saying, a channel you be saying, when you when we're extremely jealous, so they will not allow you to go flirting around. Now, let's look at some of their strengths. They are very loyal, and then trustworthy. Like I said, they are very passionate, they are very charismatic, and they are very caring. I mean, you know what? Will show concern, and then they are very patient. When to the other group now, 1 year patient, they are very patient. And say, yes, your weaknesses are. Like I said, they become jealous easily, and now when you're stubborn, they are very stubborn too. So you need to watch that too. And then they're very mystifying. Well, I mean, creative. They're very sensitive, and all that. And then they are very egoistic. Woman want to power. It is a new obi nam na se nipa no one around this age. Na se ori yi dem inyama subani eja. Don't be worried. All you need to do is to learn how to live with a person. But the initial thing and the most important thing here is don't push yourself into a relationship when you don't already know whether the relationship will last or not. And I'm saying that with this information I am passing on to you and others that I can give to you, you can know whether the relationship will just be a 9-day wonder or just a short term, or it's going to be a long term. If it's going to be a short term, the reasons that will make it short, we stated. If it is going to be a long term, the reasons that will make it work, will stated, and give you exactly what would happen. It is amazing people are not looking at this area, and all they are caring about is getting into a relationship, engaging into sexual acts, and not finding the real person that you want to live with. And I tell you, this is a sin to yourself if you don't probe properly before you start a relationship with someone. You need to probe. You need to find or there nipan nisu and anaban. And normally, say pede hu subana. Na say any benyin hyehe ho when you the da where I mean wo miemia won ho naza. Oya na we su wadwen inti even say bibi boni bi kapor ba enhu onti na adult class we still would insist that we preach abstinence, especially when you are under 21. But I agree that some people are very, very matured. Even in their very youthful ages, they are very, very matured. But if you would allow your frontal lobe to completely develop between age 19, 20, and 21, it will help your cause. It will help your future and make your future a better and a happy one. You get it? So you need to watch that. And I'm saying these people are very egoistic. That is one of their weaknesses. So it means that ego is a problem for them. So when you are with such a person and the person is showing ego, don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. Now let's go to the summary of those born around this age. We call them Scorpio in the zodiacs. Even when they appear self-controlled and calm, they have that intense boiling inside them. Their emotions are very hot and their interior is very, very hot. Okay, so they are like the volcanoes, not too far under the surface to just climb to the top. So watch them. They are very calm people, but inside them is some sort of heat. Inside them is some sort of heat. So these are the people that we are looking at. Today it's like I didn't do too much of my fantasy, so it's like I'm getting in there. So let's get to the last set before we activate the phone lines. I can do the last set before it is 11:15. All right, so these ones are from November 24 to December 21. We call them the Sagittarius. Now let's look at the positive traits. The first one is, I'm saying, they're optimistic and freedom loving. So if you are dating somebody like that, the person would not want you to tie the person down, because once you start becoming jealous, becoming obsessive, and trying to hold the person down, the person would not allow you. The person will not be happy with you. So for that group that was obsessive and jealous, you don't attempt dating people around this time. So those from November 22 to October 23, you don't date people. You don't date Sagittarius people, because once you date them, you will never ever become happy. They are very jovial people and they have very good humor. So even when you are angry at them, they'll be laughing at you, they'll be teasing you. So it becomes difficult if you are that type who is obsessive, who is egoistic, to want to deal with people like this, because then they will take you, you think they are taking you for granted. They are very honest people and they are very straightforward. So normally such people, they say it in your face. Say, and you know what, sama obaka is winning, obaka onfensie, obaka straight, so you can hear it. And then orkasa, no cry no woman, obaka on katado on sisi, mo biana oido can obaka. That is how they are. Like I said, they are very honest, they are straightforward, and also they are intellectual and philosophical. Very intellectual and philosophical. Into what you call for what partisya, and they believe in philosophy as well. Into let's look at the negative traits. Then we can have a short break, go for a short break, and then come and activate the phone line so we can become interactive. Today we're given a little more time to be able to do that. So their negative traits, they are blindly optimistic and careless. Or they not doing CBB, hey, or obobuano onbuano. Not doing that he wants to achieve it. I want to achieve it, and then they go. And sometimes they act carelessly. And then also they are irresponsible and superficial. And these negatives would even make their weaknesses worse. Because Oyobia, honestly, he will say whatever he wants to say. And if you're going to honestly say whatever you're going to say, and you're going to say it irresponsibly, that will be really, really hurting. So you need to check people like that. If you are dating somebody like that and you see these traits, it's simply because that is how the person is. They are tactless and they are restless. Sometimes, and even though they are like a volcano ready to erupt. So that is the group called the Sagittarius. Now let's look at what they like. They like traveling. They like getting deep into matters. They like freedom, like I said. They like laws and meanings of things, and they don't want the general feel of things. They want deep informations. What they don't like is off-the-wall theories. When you tell them something that they don't believe in, they would argue with you. And there the volcano inside them would also pop up. So, and then they also don't like being tied down domestically. It is a word beside them, never be seen say wufi or prapra or yeziban na ohoronyama na oye them domestic jobs now. People around this age, this date of birth, don't like that. Onye de onyu me ye, but one pet. They don't like to be tied down by domestic stuff. They don't like being restrained. So she doesn't want you to stop him. If she wants to do something, she doesn't want you to stop him. You don't have to restrain them. And then cooling your heels. They don't like BIBB that you want to just come and soften them, soft talk them. They don't like those things. And then they don't like being bothered with details. I remember KBR Kana and call. That's why they are a little restless. So I will go for a short break. Next week I will touch back on the Sagittarius group, the positive traits, and then continue from there till we get to the Perseus, which is the last set. And after that, I am going to be teaching you the jobs that these people can do comfortably. After we finish with this, we'll get into your date of birth and the profession you should pursue. Mothers and fathers, take note of this part so you don't force your children to do things that they were not made to do. That's it. Every group has unique traits, unique professions, and if you allow them, like I've been allowed to do talking, you do well. So allow them to pursue what they can do naturally. They came into this universe with it. Now, you need to understand this, that this is very important, to know the person you intend to get married to before you start dating. You need to know everything, whether you can date the person or you cannot date the person. And I'm saying that I can get you complete documents, but it's so bulky, so I can do it for free. And if it is important to you, you find the money and get it. When you get it, you are not going to make trial and error when it comes to dating or accepting somebody for a date. All right, we'll go for a short break. When we come back, the phone lines will be activated and it will become very interactive, and I can hear your views as well. We are back on Adults Class. My name is Apakwam, and now you can call me Mr. Smooth. The phone lines are activated. The phone line will be on the screen, but there's one thing you should take note of. When you call, reduce the volume on your TV set and listen to us on your phone. Reduce the volume of your TV set and listen to us on your phone. That is what we want you to do. So the phone lines are activated, and then do we have a call on the line? Hello. Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
Good evening. My name is Mohammed, speaking from Kopenhagen.
Okay, Mohammed, let's hear you.
Yes, please. I was not around when he started the program, but I was not around when he started the program, so that I want to hear.
You want to hear? Don't worry. I will post this video on my YouTube channel right after this. My YouTube channel is Mr. Smooth's Adults Class. Mr. Smooth's Adult Class. And when you get to ATVGH on Facebook, this video too would be there. Thank you. All right, we'll have another call on the line. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Ishmael. I'm calling from Domain.
All right, Ishmael from Domain. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is my first time watching your program.
Your first time?
I've really enjoyed the program.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah. So, is that WhatsApp now, right?
Yeah, that's my WhatsApp number, yes.
So can I join a group? Oh.
Let's talk about that later. Send me your name and location, okay?
I really like the program.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
watching.
You, God bless.
God bless you too. We say, all right, so hello, we have another call on the line. Your name and where you're calling from? Lower the volume of your TV set, otherwise we'll take you off. If you call and you don't lower the volume of a TV set, we will take you off. Thank you. I think we have another call on the line. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from?
Please, my name is I'm calling you
from where?
Brema.
Brema, okay, all right. Yeah, let's hear you.
I want to see the computable partner.
I didn't hear what you said.
I want to see the
You are what?
I want to see a computer partner.
You want a partner?
Yeah.
Oh, honestly speaking,
How
to choose a partner, yes.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, we are showing you how you can choose a partner using the person's date of birth. Date of birth. So get to my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth's Adult Class. There are videos there. There are 4 of them so far. Go and watch. We'll add this to it tomorrow or later today. So it becomes 5. And we are doing a series. We're going to talk about the jobs they can do and then who they can marry specifically. Yeah, hello. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Mohammed from Pram.
Okay, Mohammed, let's hear you.
I just want to congratulate you for what you are doing.
Thank you very much.
I really learned a lot from the programs you are doing.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Keep watching and share the Adults Class with everyone that you know. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Dennis. I prefer to speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a person in this aspect. And it's a weird mistake. Nothing. Why worry? Nothing. People now worrying. The date of birth, I know the name. And now having problems as you see another thing.
Okay, very good question. Niobere say won. As I say wuhu nia Emma Montawantawa no eba no. So, it is a wuhu de Emma Ntawatawa ne bana. Now why is a sanya as a way to adapt. Now on no so aye nsesanya as a omoye. It is not an easy task, but it's doable.
Okay.
Once both of you are determined to go the extra mile, you only have to give and take, sacrifice a little. And that is why I recommend, sir, usually couples who have compatibility issues, sit down, write your issues. Let him also sit down, write. Let him also sit down, not on trying the issues, no, or trying the issues in area. Me ma try me there. What's what try with there? Na ye dear no, dear ha me no, me dear toto near wo so ha no. Na ye be say I want say, then na me ya. Sa issue we ebeboa na wetumi resolve it. Now also actual until while you learn usua we free ono ho ono so sua free ho kakra sa no bo se na montem no adwo ana ade ba koso a ehse awarefo ana womo a womo ko aware mu ehse womo ye ne se ehse womo ye regular review of their progress in the marriage. But what did I mention? Say regular review. Into say your father say, "Wouldn't act now 1 year." No be say in the past year, no. Me su any me buying any aware and a course saying, then as a me ya anan ka me ya elma yaware no it me gina. Waka chiro. Now what's waka wo de achire no because I mean no relationship is perfect. Inti say waka ne de what's waka wo de and then so what's here the program from the beginning now, how to change bad habits. Then we use some methods, of constantly keeping it in your head, constantly repeating it and doing it. We won't say, "Oh, catch a no." As a wusua ABCD fufro, obe ka. Afina abeye a part of you. Once you get that sinking deep down into your subconscious mind, you don't have any problems anymore. But say, what do I mean to say? Ubetumi akọ bibi foforo ho. There are other options. We say na dey our rejaye ene ntokwa aneba.
Okay.
Meda sebema. So basically, you need to understand that if you want to change, the change will only come when you learn something new. The change will only come when you hear something new and you want to do it. So person say, "Ese usua bibi foforo." Usua bi fufura ese wotie bi fufuro na nia wotie no wotu hanamon wontu hanamon wotie usua wontu hanamon a eni ifaso bia. All right, Tinti, hello caller. Yeah, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
Please, my name is Pastor Van Dyke and I'm calling from Wasserkropon.
Van Dyke from Wasserkropon. Let's hear you.
Please, I want to discuss something with you. No, I want the thing to be personal.
So call me later.
So
yeah, that same number. Call that same number later. We'll talk to you. Okay. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
Passion friend Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer. The free
Ashaman.
Ashaman. Okay. All right.
Ashaman.
Yeah.
Now my problem is say. Now me late kakra ansana.
Okay, matter say yeah, go on.
It's no me date, any me no date no. In fact, it's our tower baby.
We date near that ben.
Without no reason.
We date near that ben.
March and September.
Only September then.
September 21st and 6 March.
September 21st.
That's right.
Okay, inti Open Freedom me boa.
That's right.
Ana odi agro. We are very numerous. Ojokupa.
Open Freedom Ojokupa.
Ana asem your person can be no. Or kind of straightforward. Okay.
Now Ed is all the Ilya de all the lecture.
Yes. And sometimes so I know careless.
Very careless.
Thank you very much. Inti we mono any was so dear no emfa. So,
Okay.
into the SONSL, with their framing later, may I share how we can get the missing link? You need to learn the missing link and work on yourself to correct it. Yeah. To the no money. I mean, my WhatsApp line to Yendi Komo. Why?
I'll show you.
Great.
That's it.
All right. So, all right. It's interesting when you are already married and you are having such issues. This document should be very important for all who are married and having issues, and those who intend getting married. You need it. You need to have a feel of the person you want to marry. And then, some of us, we didn't know these things, so we made serious mistakes growing up. Anyway, have a call on the line. Hello?
Yeah.
Your name and where you're calling from? Hello? Hello? I think we lost that call. We lost that caller. We have another one. Hello? Hello? Okay, so we have just about 2 minutes to end the program. So all those who have sent me messages, don't worry, I would respond and get back to you. And yes, you can get back to me. Whatever messages you send to me, I'll look at it and reply you. Great. So it's been really interesting coming your way. I would want to thank my production team headed by boss Mustafa. Mustafa, thanks for helping. And then I would also want to thank the management of ATV GNTV for allowing the show to continue. And we love what we are doing. So we'll continue to bring you education more and more. Like I said, Adult Class is the most educative adult show in the whole of Africa. My name is Papa Kwamina. You can call me Mr. Smooth. Just get to my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth's Adult Class, and I'll put this video there in a very short while. Thank you. See you next week. We'll do another amazing lessons. Bye.